the density of an emerald is 6.03 grams per centimeters per carat 3, what is the volume of a 2.5 carat emerald? And this is the conversion from the carats to milligrams, so the mass. What would the answer be in centimeters per carat 3 to the third? So what's the first step, you guys think? Like, what do you have to remember when you're solving for something density-wise? What's the first thing you think of? Yes, exactly, Sam. It's density. It's the d over the mass or volume, the heart. It's an ugly heart. But mass over volume, right? So we have the density. It's given to us. So we're good on that. We're good. But what is the volume? So you're searching for this bottom part, the volume. And you're given a 2.5 carat, which they give you conversion to 200 milligrams. Using that, and you have the equation, what's that going to be? Does anyone have an answer yet? Like, what do you... Hunter, you don't tell everyone the answers, because that's a very vital part. But don't say it. Don't say it just yet. Just say what you guys think the answer is. You guys have very good eyes, though, Hunter. Like, very good. Always make sure you guys look at the unit. Like, anytime they give you units like this, please make sure to pay attention. Every time. Well, I guess Hunter already said it, so I guess we all know. But pretty much, yeah. So once you do that, you do the conversions. What do you guys all get? Hunter, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You're fine. Okay. Anyways, what do we get? Because you have the density 6.03 equals the mass. So at first we have 200 milligrams, right? So what should we do to fix that, to get the volume? Does anyone know? Like, what's the first thing we do? How do you convert the milligrams to grams? Like, what do you get once you convert that? Yes, exactly. And do you want to explain, George, how did you get that? How did you get 0.2? And explain for the class, just in case if anyone's confused. How'd you get that? Like, what system did you use to be able to convert the milligrams to just 0.2? How'd you get that? Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So, very good. I tried to trick you guys with that, because in the original problem, it was just grams. But I didn't want to give it to you guys that easily, because then you're just plugging and chugging, no conversions needed, and it's just a stupid question, because you don't do anything. So, yes, you have to convert the milligrams to grams, and that's what I want you guys to remember, is that when you have little units like this, you have to pay attention to what you're using, because I've had kids email me questions like, I don't understand this and that, and it's because their units, they don't match. And so when they plug it in, they just plug and chug. It doesn't make any sense, and they keep getting around. They're like, oh, I don't understand. It's because of the units. So once you do 200 milligrams, yes, you get 0.2 grams. So what do you get for the volume then? After you have all of this set up, what's the volume? And if you need help, I always think of it like this. Like, oh, we have 5 divided. This is pretty stupid, but like 10 over 2. And then how do you get the 2 from this? Okay, Eden, how'd you get that? How'd you get... Does anyone agree or disagree? 30.2. Okay. Okay, remember, since we have this, we have the mass, we have the density, and to get the volume, again, it's like this. So... Okay, actually, does anyone have anything else? Because she multiplied, Eden multiplied. Does anyone have a different method, or does someone agree? Because I had some people say all different answers. Okay. Okay, actually, Hunter, you're right, you do divide it. Because, again, like up here, you have 10 over 2 is 5. So if you're doing 10, and you have the 10, you have the 5, how do you get the 2? You just divide it, right? So you take the 0.2 you have. Yes, so you take the 0.2, you divide it by the 6.03. And after that, you get 0.033. Yes, you can also use that as well. So exactly. When you think about, again, I just use a simple math thing like 10 over 2 equals 5 and use that like, oh, how did I get 2? Oh, you just divide 10 by 5. We all know that. So do the same thing for this. Like use that exact same method. And so you won't get confused on, oh, I need to multiply this or that. And you can do what Hunter did, and you can like also change around the different like density mass to like make it convert to whatever you're trying to find. But if you don't want to, because I never really did that because I don't have enough brain power for that, but and I'm lazy. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You're just dividing it, and when you divide it, what's the answer? What do you guys get? Okay, Ciara and then Eden, you guys both got different answers. Can you guys explain as to why you guys got what you got? Because some people got something a little different. Okay, Ciara. Okay, Eden, can you explain how you got 30.2? I see Ciara also showed how she got it. Okay. And then Eden, how did you get 30.2? Okay. Wait. Ciara, why do you change your answer? Why do you think suddenly 30.2 is correct? Because Eden, if you're doing 10 divided by 2, for example, why would you take 5 and divide it by 10? That's 1/2, right? So wouldn't it be 2.2 divided by 6.03? Right? Because you're doing 10 divided by 5 to get the 2 on the very bottom. So you would take the 0.2 here, divide it by the 6.03 to equal the volume. Exactly, yes. Yes, Ciara, you are right. Eden, do you understand why it's the other way around and it's not 6.03 divided by 0.2? Does anyone else have any questions too, like if you didn't understand that? Okay. Does anyone else have any questions? Like, oh, how did we get that? I'm still confused. We're all good? We're okay? Yes, you're right. It is 0.03. You can just do 0.2 divided by 6.03. There's nothing really like upper caret type necessary. It's just 0.03. Okay, so let's move on from that, I guess. And yes, it is 0.033. And again, Josh, because I think you wrote something different. Do you understand now? It's just you're just dividing that one part. There's no need for like the 10 to the upper caret -2 or anything. You're good? Do you understand that? It's just dividing. Okay, yeah, you can do that too. Yes, that was wrong. Because you're